Hello, everybody. My name is Tylyn. Sorry, I was getting a little snack. I got really hungry. A little peanut butter. I'm at the BCC today, which is really exciting because I'm here in Boulder, and I am so honored to be a part of this specific workout party because of what we're donating our proceeds towards. I think it's really important, like Cressie just described, and I love that it's a culture that is a part of the community, and I feel like it has great potential to give back. So I feel honored to be here today, and I'll be doing our cool down at the very end.
Hi everyone, I'm Anastasia, and I am coming at you from home today, so my cats will be running around as per usual. I'm going to be doing the upper body / arms section of class. You don't need any equipment for my section. If you want to have an added challenge, you can always use some sort of weights. If you don't have a weight, I like to use a full water bottle, which works just fine, but you do not need any equipment for my section. I'm excited to be here and to do this thing today. So.
Hey, I am Staza, and I'm going to be doing Booty Blast today, and I'm really excited because I haven't done Booty Blast for a while for myself, or I guess. So my butt is ready. Thanks everyone for being here, and yeah, and it's really great to see all of you. That's all I have to say. You don't need anything for my section.
Hello, I'm Janelle. I'm going to be doing our warm-up today, which is so exciting because historically I've done cool down and stretching like exclusively. So this is a big change and it's great. Just a heads up, I am going to have to step out before the very end, so I won't be here for like goodbyes and thank yous. So I just want to give a huge thanks to Cressie for all the thoughtfulness and like care and like awareness that has gone into kind of making this particular workout happen. Cressie, like from the beginning, has been trying to make sure that this is like useful and helpful and effective, and I think this is a fantastic way to do this, so I'm really grateful for that. Yeah, and you don't need any equipment for my section. If you want to like level it up a little bit, kind of like how Anastasia was saying with the water bottle, you can use a resistaband that's in a loop, but you don't need it. So let's work out. We're gonna start by standing. We're gonna move through a gentle kind of spiral-based movement, and then we're gonna go into our quick and dirty circus warm-up. Make sure I can see you all. Awesome, fantastic. And then we're gonna end with like a very gentle glute waker upper to get us prepared so that Staza's booty blast doesn't destroy us. So it doesn't destroy me. Okay, so we're gonna stand with our feet our feet together, touching. And then we're going to bend our knees and we're going to squeeze our whole legs together here. Hands can be just above the thighs, and we're just going to do little circles with the ankles. And the more bent your knees are, the more this is going to start to build heat and strength in the quads and the legs. So you can kind of start with a gentle bend and make it deeper as you go if you like. Really feeling your feet on the floor. Noticing what parts of the feet are touching the floor, and if there are any parts of your feet that are trying to skip touching the floor, and switch directions. Good, really starting to feel that strength. The feet are really organizing themselves to support you. The legs are still squeezing strongly together and bending. Good. Come on out of there. We'll put the feet about hip distance apart. They can be a little wider, but we don't want them super wide for this one. And you can go ahead and put your hands on your hips, just right on the hip bones to sort of feel what's going to be moving. And we're going to do circles with our hips. One thing that's really important, I'll turn sideways so you can see, is that the glutes are squeezing when our hips are coming forward. That protects our low back so that we're not just leaning forward and crunching into our back, but we're lifting and extending the spine up out of the hips. So circles in one direction, And then switch directions. Good, finding those glutes, finding those abs. Good. Then we're gonna stand strongly on one foot, bringing the other one up. You can use something to balance if you need a little bit of help here. And we're gonna circle just the knee, like we're stirring a pot. You can point the foot or flex it, but do something purposeful with the foot. Don't let it be floppy, floppy. Not a good way to stir. Trying to keep the knee completely stationary and move the leg underneath it. Good, so there's like tiny bit of rotation happening in the hip to make that happen, but mostly it's the knee bending and circling. Good, and switch directions. Check in with your standing leg. Make sure that standing glute is engaged strongly to keep you up here. And the standing leg is nice and straight so that your stabilization is coming from the foot and not from the hip. Good, and then we're gonna do circles with our ankle. That up leg should be starting to feel really warm by now. And switch directions. Good, and then same thing, other leg. Bringing that leg up and stirring. Checking in with your breathing here, making sure that it's happening first and foremost. Noticing if it's starting to become a little bit more labored. It should be maybe like 10% more labored as we're just gently, slowly starting to warm up. And switch directions. Check in with your standing leg, making sure the standing knee is nice and straight. Beautiful. And then ankle circles. And ankle circles the other way. And bring it down. Super nice. Shake the leggies out. You can do a little like shift of the hips if they're feeling tight in the hip flexors here after that. Now we're gonna do our rib circles. So we're gonna put our hands on our hips to help keep the hips still because the hips are gonna stay perfectly in place. Only the ribs are gonna move. And we're gonna start just by shifting to one side, center, other side, center. Back and forth. Beautiful, very nice. Really lengthening, like you want to pull the spine and the ribs up out of the hips here. So we're not crunching to do this, lifting and shifting. Good. And then we're going to go front, center, back, center, front, center, back, center. Just noticing all the different muscles that it takes to isolate the ribs like this. And then if you're feeling fancy, you can do circles. You can get all ooey gooey like a snake. And then other direction. Very nice. And come on out of there. We're gonna do arm spirals. These ones are really fun. So watch first if you haven't done them before. I'm gonna turn like diagonal so you can see. We're gonna do big circle, deltoids to earlobes, all the way around. And then I'm gonna catch my thumbs in my armpits and do a little chicken wing circle. Big circle, chicken wing circle. Yeah, 5 like this in each direction. Ready, go. And 5. Beautiful, shaking it out. Last spiral before we get into our like stronger, more intense, more cardio type warm up is gonna be with our neck. So again, standing nice and strongly. Imagining that you have a light or a paintbrush sticking out the top of your head and you wanna make very small circles on the ceiling above you. Starting nice and small, so rather than stretching, what we're feeling is the sensation of the head lifting, almost like it's floating off the top of the neck, like a helium balloon on a string. Then once you have that sensation of the head lifting, you can start to make your circles bigger and bigger. making sure that the head continues to be like a helium balloon and not like a bowling ball, especially in the back, protecting that back of our neck. A few circles here, keeping your teeth closed but not clenched so that you get that nice stretch in the front of the neck. And then we'll do the same thing other direction. So little circles, other direction. This will feel really disorienting after the big circles. So if you're a little dizzy, just be patient, it'll go away. And then let those circles get bigger as you're ready. Feeling the head lifting and floating, not being heavy and crunchy. Beautiful. Okay, I'm gonna do a quick time check because I know we talked for a minute and I don't want to get us off to too late of a start. Oh, okay. Cressie, is it okay if I take another like 5 to 7 minutes because we had some time at the beginning, or should we just move on?
You have 5 minutes left of your chunk.
Fantastic. Okay, great.
It'll past noon, and hopefully you all can stick with us. That's just kind of the circus workout party way.
Yeah, okay, cool. All right, everybody. So now that all of our joints like know where they are, we're gonna do the quick and dirty circus warm-up. It is 50 jumping jacks, 40 mountain climbers, 30 abs, 20 squats or plies, and 10 push-ups. I will do these with you, and I will say it again as we go. So the first thing is 50 jumping jacks. Here we go. And on these, try to keep the arms really straight, like you're trying to squish your head between your biceps at the top. And this is going to start getting movement all the way through the shoulder, right from the get-go, so that when we do our arms later, everything's already warm. $25, I think. I wasn't counting because I was talking. $40-ish. And 50, nice. The next thing is going to be your mountain climbers. When you're doing your mountain climbers, remember your handstands. So the hands are spread as wide apart like gecko hands as possible. Wrists are underneath shoulders. Abs are engaged, and you're going to do 20 mountain climbers with each leg. Here we go. Yeah. If you're still climbing your mountain, that is fine. If you're ready, oh my God, I'm breathing really hard. The next thing is 30 abs, and it can be any ab exercise you like. You can do 30 of the same, 15 and 15, 10, 10, and 10, but this is where you have some choice over what ab exercise you're gonna do. So ready, go. Yes. So many abs. Abs for days. I'm just checking out everybody's great ab exercises. See if I can learn some new ones. Gorgeous. All right. Next is either 20 squats or 20 plies or 10 of each. So if you're doing squats, it's like you're going to the gym. Feet are more or less parallel, about hip distance apart, and we're squatting down nice and low and standing back up, pressing the heels into the ground. If you're doing plies, we'll do them in second. And this time, we're opening the knees as much as possible. So the knees are tracking over the middle toe. And then we're pressing back up a little bit more with the ball of the foot. I'm gonna do 10 of each, so you can follow along with me, or you can pick your favorite and do 20. Here we go. Beautiful, nice job. Gorgeous. Okay, and last but not least is 10 push-ups. You can do these from feet or from knees. You can do them with your hands or on fists. I like tricep push-ups, but knowing that Anastasia's doing arms, I'm gonna let you choose any style of push-up you want and try to budget out your muscle strength over the course of class. Ready, go. And that was your whole workout. You're done forever now. Bye, everybody. Just kidding. Handing it over for Booty Blast.
Thank you, Janelle. That actually did feel like a whole workout because that's how
I know.
I've worked out. So I'm like, oh, my arms are already burning, so that's great. Okay, you guys, we're going to start standing. And since we already did 10 of each of the squats I would have started with, thanks to Janelle, we are going to do the next 10 because I would have done 20 of each. So if you did 20 of these, then do 20 of these, vice versa. Otherwise, you can do 10 of the normal squats and 10 of the plies. So we can balance it out and be at 20 of each. Ready? And let's do it. I'm also already sweating profusely. That warm up definitely got me warm. Nice. Like I said, you guys, I've been real lazy and have not been working out at all. I'm going to my plies. So I fully expect this to literally kick my booty today. But it's all good because I've missed it and I've missed you all. Last little froggy. Awesome. We're going to bring our legs together, zipping up our midline, and we're going to do calf raises. You can do them with your feet forwards, or you can go into a turnout. I don't care. I'm going to do them forwards. We're just going to do little calf raises up to the sky. I think we're going to do 20 of these as well, because why not? Building up those calf muscles, which are great for all things aerial, like knee hangs and heel hangs. And anything else you might use your legs for, I don't know. Nice. Making sure those abs are engaged. Oh, that was a kitten sighting. And I'm on my last one. I'm gonna hold it at the top and I'm gonna squeeze, 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 squeeze. Yes, sucking everything in like you're a rocket ship and you're gonna blast off. And then you're gonna slowly lower, as slow as possible. How slow can you go? Down to your heels are on the ground. Awesome. Next thing that we're going to do is we're gonna do more of those single leg balance things, which we also warmed up with Janelle, which is perfect. For this, we're gonna do kicks forward. We're gonna lift up our leg, and I'm gonna use my booty to power the lift. So I'm not like, la-da-da, loosey-goose, swinging my leg around. I'm using that booty muscle. And I like to have a nice flexed foot to really engage the leg. You can point your foot. Just make sure that you are doing something. Make a solid decision. And we're doing 10 forwards. So really, you're just kicking that kickball across the field alone, because we're still supposed to be socially distant. So you're alone with that kickball, but you're kicking it. And then we're gonna do 10 out to the side. Nice. I think my head might be cut off for you guys. I'm not sure. We're gonna do 10 to the back. But I assure you I am smiling. And if anything, this is just like how I feel going out in real life right now, because no one can tell that I'm smiling at them and I'm happy because of mask life, but I am. And switch legs, starting out to the front. Awesome. Or maybe you're kicking your carpet away like I had to do because I stepped in cat puke during our warm-up. Thank you for that, kitten. A good morning surprise. 10 out to the side. Nice. Checking out your toes. And 10 to the back. This one is my favorite one because I feel like it's the one I can feel my booty doing the work the most. Ugh, if I don't fall over. Awesome. Shake that out real quick. Da, 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 da. Go ahead and go back to that first leg you were standing on. Kick that opposite leg. We're gonna cross in front, cross out to the side, cross behind. So I'm squeezing as hard as I can. Every time I do this motion, we're doing 10 of these total, and that's a behind and a forward is one. I'm struggling with proper words today. I mean, most days, I don't know who I'm fooling. But really think about hi-ya, you're squeezing those thighs as hard as you can, you're breaking a coconut, cracking a watermelon, whatever you want to picture in there. I leave it up to your imagination. Last one on this side, and then we're gonna switch, other side. Same thing. Squeezing in the front, out to the side, trying to stay really active in both legs. So I'm pushing down into the ground with my standing leg, keeping that knee nice and straight, lifting up out of the top of my head, engaging my core. The whole thing is working. The whole body is working to make this possible. And I lost count, but I'm gonna say that was about 7. I got too excited about the whole body joining the party. Last one. Awesome, shake that out. Okay, I'm gonna just tip you guys down, and now maybe you'll be able to see my face again. Can see my head. We're going to come down into a tabletop position. So once you'll join me on the ground, yes, on your hands and knees, we're going to take a leg, bend it up to the sky, parallel to the ground, nice flex foot, and I'm going to do 10 little pulses up to the sky. My little micro kicks. Nice. Go ahead and straighten the leg, do the same thing. 10 little pulses. Beautiful. Work the booty. Bend that leg back to the start. Yep, now we're gonna do kicks out to the back. My favorite move. I've had a lot of anger recently, as I know a lot of us have. Yeah, so just picture whatever you want to be kicking away from you. I won't give you suggestions because I'm sure you have a lot of things on mind already. Awesome. Go ahead and straighten that leg, point that toe. We're gonna tap down to the ground and lift up to the sky. We're doing 10 of these.
Beautiful, beautiful long legs reaching as far as they can. Across the room, you're tickling the opposite wall. And then we're gonna do our rainbows. So rainbow tap one side, up back to your original side. Oh, our rainbow's in honor of Pride, because happy Pride, everybody. I love you all, and I love all of your love. So draw your rainbows. If you didn't guess, we're doing 10 of these total. And 10, awesome. Come back into your tabletop position fully. We're gonna lift up to the side. Doing our little fire hydrant, doing 10 of these. Nice. Last thing we're gonna do, lift that leg up, keep it at the side, and then bring it to your elbow. So I'm not trying to recruit my obliques for this, really trying to isolate it to my booty. And 10, awesome. I'm gonna grab a quick drink of water because I'm sweating profusely. Because I haven't done this, like I said, in a very long time. Okay, come back to your tabletop when you're ready. You can check out your wrists for a quick sec, do whatever you might need to do, because we're gonna repeat all of that on our other side. So going to that bent leg, flex foot, doing our little tiny pulses up to the sky. I also always like to imagine there's a balloon, and you're just kicking the balloon nice and gently. This is my favorite position to kick a balloon in. We're gonna straighten that leg and do the same thing. 10 little pulses. Go ahead and bend that knee, flex that foot, and do your kickbacks. Get out whatever aggression, frustration, limitations. Just get it out of there, kick them out. Go ahead and straighten that leg, point that foot. We're gonna tap down to the floor and lift up. Beautiful, like you're making paint strokes on the back of the wall. What color paintbrush are you holding in your toes? It can be whatever you want. You're an abstract artist. I actually feel like there's probably a market for that, for fitness painting. Then we're gonna turn that into our rainbows, tapping to one side and to the other side. Sorry, as I get distracted by my own business ideas. Doing big, beautiful rainbows. You have a nice arc. Making sure you're still engaging in your abs, pushing out your arms. How's your tabletop holding up? Last one. Coming back into your full tabletop position. We're gonna lift that leg up to the side for our fire hydrant. Doing 10 of these, as I'm sure you know. The last thing we're gonna do, lifting that leg up to the side, we're gonna do that knee to elbow. So it's less of a crunch and more of letting your booty control the movement. So my abs aren't really getting involved. I mean, they are involved, but you know, I'm not turning it into an ab exercise. And 10. Okay, I think I have 2 minutes left. So real quick, we're gonna come lounge on the ground in whatever pin-up pose you would like. Pin-up of the summer, or just glistening in the sweat.
We're gonna do our little Jane Fonda clamshells. So I'm just lifting up my knee to the sky, yes. You can be on your forearm, you can be on your elbow, you can lay down. You can do whatever you want. I trust you to make the decision for yourself. And 10, from here, we're gonna lift up, and then we're gonna keep the knee where it's at, and we're gonna lift the foot up behind us, close that back, and then close the knee. And we're doing 10 of these. This is like when you're lounging in the park and someone asks you where the best tree is for shade. And you're like, you know, I can't, I don't want to point. So I'm gonna use my leg to point, because maybe you're reading. You're doing something else with your hands. Nice. One more. And then we're gonna switch. Go ahead and swing over to the other side. And we're just gonna repeat that on this side. So starting with our 10 openers. And I might go over about like 30 seconds with my 10, but I really wanted to do these because they're my absolute favorite. And 10, then we're gonna turn that into leg comes up, knee stays, foot flicks behind. So maybe this time you just noticed you're like, oh, I have a little piece of toilet paper on my foot. Just gonna kick that off. You guys finish out those 10 because this alarm's gonna keep going and it's gonna bother me. Okay. I'm gonna guess that you did 2 or 3 while I was gone. So let's do like 1 and then 1 more. Awesome. Thanks guys for booty blasting with me. I miss doing that and I forgot how much it makes me sweat.
Yay! Thank you, Staza. My booty burns. Oh my God. I also have not worked out. It's really nice to be back. It's really nice to see everybody. I just want to say real quick, again, I don't think we have any new participants, but that today's proceeds are going to Hip Hop for Change, located out of Oakland, to help employ online educators for children and giving them an awesome platform for self-expression and the arts. And I highly encourage you to check out their website, which is hiphopforchange.com. Maybe it's pretty easy to look up, so please check it out. You can send donations to my Venmo or PayPal, and then I will make a collective donation on behalf of Circus Workout Party. And if you're watching this on YouTube, please, and you're feeling inspired to donate, you can also donate directly through their website. They're an awesome, awesome organization, and I'm really excited to be raising funds with you guys. Put your hand up if you need to take a quick bathroom break. And Lena, I'm not sure how to say your name. If you don't want to turn on video and you need a break, you can put it in the chat. You need a quick break. Anastasia, are you saying you need a quick break? Okay, cool, awesome. So when Anastasia's back, we'll get started with upper body workout. It's very nice to see your faces, you guys. It's been sad. I don't work out on my own very well, so thank you guys for helping me remember what it feels like to burn. I said this earlier, we are going to go a little bit over today to give all the coaches their full time. And if for some reason you need to step out early, we totally understand that, and that is okay. And just super appreciative of everyone's patience with that. This platform is still experimental. None of the coaches really, we talk beforehand, we plan, but it's a lot of different people coming together. So thanks for your patience when we go over time. And I hope you guys can stick it out. You ready, Anastasia? I don't know if you're waiting for me to say something or if you're not ready yet.
Yes, I'm ready. I can go ahead and start. I wasn't sure if everyone was back yet, so. Cool. I will go ahead and get started then. Yeah, that's okay. They can miss the first couple things. Okay, so we're going to start with some arm circles. You can be in a comfortable position, or if you prefer, you can just go ahead and stand up. But we're going to bring our arms right out to the side. And when you bring your arms out to a T, double check to make sure that you haven't lifted your shoulders as well. So do a little, shimmy if you need to make sure those shoulders are down. We're then going to rotate 20 times forward. So we're doing little circles. The goal is not necessarily to go big, but rather to go quickly. So little 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Once you've done that, you're going to go backwards. Same idea. 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 17, 18, 19, 20. Perfect. Now we're going to do pats. Try to keep those arms up if you can. We're going to pat downward 20 times. 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Make sure that your abs are still engaged. We're now going to turn our palms up and we're going to pat upwards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20. Good. Turn the palms forward. We're going to pat forward. Great job keeping your elbows straight, by the way. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And last one, you're going to turn your palms backwards. You're going to pat backwards. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. And let those arms rest. Good job, everybody. I can't move my arms anymore, so I guess we're not, no, I'm kidding. Yeah, wow, so roll out the shoulders. My assistant has come to help. Well done. I love those because they're simple yet effective. Okay, next one. We're going to press your hands together like so. And I want your elbows touching for these. So palms touching and elbows touching. And try to make sure as much as you can, everyone's a little different, that your elbows don't separate. If they come apart like a wee bit, that's fine. But we're going to do upward pulses. We're going to do 20 like this. Trying to keep your forearms together as much as possible. Ready, set, go, if you haven't already. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Ooh, good, rest that out. Hopefully you feel those. Those are great for your delts and biceps and things like that. All right, excellent. The next one, good news, is going to be more of a stretch than an exercise. And if you want something for your head, like a pillow or a yoga block or a book, it's just for comfort. It's not going to affect the exercise in any way. So I'm going to go ahead and show you. And I've got my book right here. I'm going to use it as a pillow. You're going to lay down on your side. And you want to make sure that your ribs are engaged. So I am lifting slightly off the floor. My head is just there for comfort so I don't crank my neck. And then I'm going to take my top arm and I'm going to lay them palm to palm. And I'm going to make this about my top arm. I'm going to extend forward just a little bit so that my fingers outreach my bottom arm. And then I'm going to start to make a big circle. I'm drawing up, over, letting my arm rotate naturally, and then back down. Now, as you do this motion, feel free to open up through the chest and the torso. However, try to maintain your knees stacked one on top of the other. We're going to do about 5 big circles. Now, if there's a point, like right here, for me, this is an awesome stretch. You can hover there for a moment or two, just to make sure that it feels okay. And another little tidbit is I am letting my arm rotate. So right now I'm starting with the palms down, but as my arm passes my ear, as it passes my head and it can't go back anymore, I'm gonna rotate that palm so that it faces the ceiling so that I can continue that rotation in smooth motion. Awesome, great job. All right, we're gonna stay on this side. So don't turn over yet. We're gonna do the other side in a moment. This time, if you have your little book or block, you might want to move it, and you're going to bring your arms behind your head. Now, your goal is to make a rectangle right here, so your tricep and your thigh is parallel, and you're going to open up as far as you can, looking in the direction you're opening, and then closing that back up. Again, maintain the knees, so don't let the knees skew. Make sure that they stay stacked. Only go as far as you feel comfortable. We're going to do about 10 of these. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, last one, and 10. Beautiful. Once you're done, go ahead and flip that over. We're going to do all that on the other side, starting with our arm circles. So I'm bringing my pillow back. Laying right on top of the shoulder. So make sure the shoulder isn't forward or backwards. You want to be stacked. Yep. Knees bent, arm forward, and circles. Of course, you can take these circles in the other direction as well. But just for time's sake, we're only going to go one direction. I actually have a funny, well, I don't know if it was funny, but back in the martial arts days, the way that it used to discipline children was make them stand with their arms out in a T, and they would have to hold that for time. And the reaction was always the same. At first they were like, oh, this isn't a problem, I can do this. And then usually about 30 seconds in and their arms were burning. Yeah. Pretty good. All right, rest. All right, and the second exercise, again, making sure that you have your nice little rectangle here, holding out, and then open up and close it in. Nope, and close it. I should probably add context to that story. If I didn't, I was a martial arts instructor. So it was within the context of the martial arts. I wasn't just like going around punishing children, just to clarify. I see him. Excellent. My big boy CM has come to say hello and wish you good tidings. He's gonna also steal my mat, I'm sure of it. Okay, moving right along. Great job so far. How are we on time? I would know if I had remembered to start my timer. All right, moving on. We're going to do a couple of things from a plank. Now, if your hands get tired, you can always move to fists. Just make sure that if you're in a fist that you're in a nice straight line, that you're not like doing any of this stuff. Some of these will work from forearms, but you will have to sort of experiment. I'll tell you which ones work, which ones don't, but most of them do work. The first couple don't, so you're going to need to be on your hands.
You have at least 5 minutes, just so you know.
Well, sorry, Cressie, I didn't hear the first part of what you said.
You have at least 5 minutes.
Perfect. All right. For the first one, we're starting in a plank position and we're going to do shoulder taps. Try to keep your body nice and solid. Don't let yourself tip. You're just tap, 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 tap. 20 as fast as you can. Ready, set, go. 1, 2. Feet further apart and this easier. 18, 19, 20. Good. Rest if you need to. Second version of this is you're going to be in a plank, and instead of tapping across the body, you're going to reach out as far as you can and touch your fingertips to the floor and then come back. Tap, tap, tap. Yep, and we're going to do 20 like that. Again, feet apart will make this easier. Find your plank, shoulders projected, and go. 1, 2, 4. 9, 10. 17, 18, 19, 20. Excellent. Great job. All right, for the next one, this is one that I've been doing a lot recently and I like it. I think that it's a great core exercise as well, but it's good for your hands and pushing if you're doing handstands. But we're going to do inchworm jacks, my new favorite. So you're starting in a plank position. You're going to make sure your shoulders are right above your wrists. You're going to push into the floor, lift your butt, and try to jump your feet as close as you can. And then to get them back, push into your hands and jump the feet back. Up and back. And it's okay if you only go a little bit. The idea is that you're pushing strongly into those arms. Try 10 of those. Ready? And begin. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Awesome. And then go ahead and stay in your downward dog, because for the next one we're going to do dolphin push-ups. So I'm in my downward dog. I'm going to bend my elbows, tap my forearms to the floor, and lift back up. Try for 10 of those. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Awesome. Taking a quick rest. The last one, well, actually, next to last one we're going to do is our side push-ups. So laying down on your side. I've been playing with this one a lot, and I find that ways to make this easier are having your legs extended. For me, makes it a little bit easier. And when you're grabbing, where you set this hand matters. So if you set it really close to you, it's going to be harder. But if you set it a little bit further away or a little bit closer to your face, it will make this exercise easier. So you can kind of play with your hand positioning there. My bottom arm is grabbing my lat, and I'm going to push up. I'm going to do this 5 times on each side. And 5. When you're done, just go ahead and switch on over to the other side. I bet. And 5. Nice job. Nice job. And my last exercise, which I consider the hardest, so I always save the best for last, I guess, are the floor lickers. I've always called them floor lickers, that's what I know them as, but there are a couple different variations that you can do. You can also do these from the knees if you need to, but you're starting in a downward dog. You're bending your elbows, you're trying to get your face as close to the floor. You're gonna send yourself forward, and I'm still trying to be off the floor as I do it, finding your arched cobra. You can at this point rest if you need to, but then bend the knees if you need to, going as low to the ground as you can, and going back to your downward dog. So I actually find the back to be the hardest part. So I don't go as low as I can on the front, on the forward, but try 5 of those. Starting downward dog, bending, lift up to your cobra position. And if you need to bend your knees, you definitely can. And pushing back. Last one, at least for me. Oh, nice job. Great work. I've got my little support coach right here. He says you did well, so awesome job. I'm gonna go ahead and pass it off to Tylyn for our cool down. Thank you so much for sticking it out with me.
Holy moly. I have definitely missed circus workout party and can officially tell that I need to get back into working out. Oh my gosh. Woo, those last ones were really hard. All right. So if you'd like to join by sitting on the mat, cross-legged to start, and we're just gonna take a couple of breaths to start to ground down. So you can sit cross-legged like crisscross applesauce, or bring a foot on top. And if you do this, I encourage you to try and match your shins up so that they're more of equal size. You can rest your ankle either in your knee pit or over on on top of your other knee, depending how flexible your hip is. Mine aren't that great, as you can see this much space, so I'm gonna keep it right here. Let's bring our hands down to our knees, and in your own time, take 3 deep breaths in through your nose and then a loud audible out through your mouth. So in your own time. Now take a moment here. You could close your eyes if you want and just do a little body scan to see how we feel right now. We can check in again when we're done. So starting at the crown of your head, working your way through, check in with your nose, your ears, your neck. Come down your neck on top of your shoulders. And see if you can feel your energy pulse down both sides, going over your chest as well as down your back, over your lats, over your pecs, coming down over the ribs on both sides. And get to your belly button, your coccyx, down over your hips, into your hip creases. Again, with the thighs and the legs, trying to do the same thing. So our thighs and our hamstrings, see if you can feel those at the same time. Going over our knees, down our shins and through our toes. Wiggle your toes out. Feel your toes go into your fingers, your wrists, up your forearms to your elbows, up to your shoulders. When you get to your armpits, go ahead and raise both arms above your head, reaching really tall through the crown of your head and through your spine. Let's drop one arm and slowly but surely reach over towards that side that the arm is dropped. Really feeling a stretch in your side body. Use the hand that's dropped to help keep you up. All right, that straight arm, let's whir it out in front. Come around to the other side. Drop that arm down and lift your other one up for another side body reach. Take a couple breaths here. See if you can look up towards your ceiling, opening your shoulder, opening your armpit towards the ceiling. Check in with your hips. Are they both still touching the floor? Have you let one kind of lift off? Try and keep them both on the floor. All right, drop forward. Once you get forward, see if your nose can touch the ground in front of you with your arms extended out in front. Get as low as you can. You should be able to feel a stretch in your, maybe your glutes, your back hamstrings. Keep those arms out in a Y position and raise yourself up using your back muscles. Beautiful. All right, let those come down. We're going to go onto our knees in a tabletop position. Let's do 10 cat-cows. We're dropping our belly and lifting our chest and our head and rounding our back, scooping our belly button and pushing the floor away. Whatever pace you need to go at is fine. We're about halfway through. Really move slowly. See if you can articulate your spine as you move from cat into cow. All right, from here, we're going to send our hips back, touch our big toes, and open our knees wide. Walk your fingers out in front. If you'd like, you can tent your fingers up. And then we're pushing our shoulders and our armpits down towards the floor. See if your chin can touch the floor. Let gravity take hold. Maybe look up towards your fingers if you like. All right, now let's lift one arm and scoop it under the arm that's still extended out in front to thread the needle. And the arm that's threaded through, we're gonna drop our ear to the ground, almost like we're listening to train tracks or horses coming. Let yourself kind of melt into this position. It's not the most comfortable, but we're only here for a couple more breaths. Go ahead and untent your fingers of the arm that's extended out in front. Reach it up towards the sky. Bend it down behind you so you're almost grazing your booty. And see if your fingers can find its way into the hip crease of the same side leg that the arm is threaded through. Good, just a couple more breaths here. All right, unwrap. Come back to your child's pose. You can retent your fingers. I'm gonna turn around just so I can talk to you guys, not away. All right, now this time lift your other side way, way, way up and scoop it through underneath your armpit of the other side. We're threading the needle, dropping our ear down towards the ground, still keeping that extended arm with our like little piano hands or our tented hands. Find any tension that you have, take a deep breath in, and when you release that breath, release that tension. I find that I really hold a lot of tension in my shoulders and my neck area. So I often have to check in with myself there. All right, take that top arm, reach it way up towards the sky. Once it's there, you can drop it back behind you. I'm also rotating so my palm is facing the sky and finding that hip crease if you can. So we're in a small bind here. Again, this is just about 3 breaths. Breathe, tell your body that this is okay. Good, all right, let's unravel, come back into child's pose. And then we're gonna push ourselves up to just sitting back on our heels. All right, so while we're in this position, if this feels comfortable to you with your knees, we can go ahead and lean back so that we come onto our forearms. If this feels a little funky on your knees, you can extend one foot forward and then take your sits bones off of your heel, and maybe play around with the angle. I like to keep my heel close to my butt so that I protect my knee. If this feels a little funky to you, you can also extend both legs out. Sit back here on our forearms, squeeze your glutes and lift your hips up towards the sky. This is a little bit more of a strengthener, but you'll also find a stretch. But I encourage you to try stretching from this position here with your sits bones on top of your heels. Deep breath in. If this feels like a little bit too much, feel free to unravel one leg and send it out straight in front of you and come off of that heel. And again, if that's maybe a little too much, send both legs forward and hips towards the sky. If you're just doing one leg at a time, this would be the time to now switch so we get the other side. Breaths in and breaths out. I have a bad habit, especially in my handstand practice, to hold my breath. So here, even when we're trying to relax, it's important that we continue breathing and giving oxygen to all of our muscles and our cells so we can repair that tissue. All right, come on up and find yourself in your comfort level of a straddle. Not your deepest straddle. In fact, take your normal straddle, whatever that is, and then walk your heels about 3 or 4 inches up. Good, all right. So we're gonna take our arms out wide, like we're in this T position, and from our hip crease, we're gonna hinge forward. I want our feet flexed so our toes go up towards the ceiling. And let's see if we can just get our wrists to touch our toes and then come back up. So legs are flexed, wrists come down, tap our toes, come right back up. One more like this, and then we're gonna go over to the left side. So bring that right arm to our left hand and reach forward, tap, come back up. Doing this 3 times on each side. All right, let's move over to our right side, or whichever side you weren't doing before. All right, now that we've gotten just a little bit there, let's walk our straddle out. Again, doesn't need to be your deepest, but maybe a bit further than your normal. Let's rest our forearms down in front of us if we can. If that's too much, go ahead and keep your arms straight with tented fingers. And see if you can slowly do pulses here. If you're on your forearms, little pulses, bending our arms. So we're dropping our chest and bringing it back up. I feel this really heavily in my hamstrings, my inner quads. All right. Last one here, we're gonna take both of our arms out to our shins or our ankle area. Start really squeezing your legs and see if you hold it right here. Open your hips. You can use your arms to push and roll your shins back away from your camera. Let your fingers slide down further. Drop your chest down and pancake it. Oh. And just relax here wherever you can. I can't get my chin all the way down, so I'm gonna rest it on my 2 fists here. Beautiful. 3 more breaths. Keep it going. This hurts. You got it. Wherever you're at, this is perfect. This is exactly where you're supposed to be. All right, when you're done with your breaths, walk yourself back up. Whoo! Relax a little bit, good. Bend those legs, bring them in. All right, straighten those legs out far in front of you. I'll turn at this angle. We're gonna start with our toes pointed, our arms reaching straight out in front. We're trying to reach over our toes. So you're not going to reach for your toes. I want you to think about maybe an inch or so past that. You're reaching for it and then pull it back with bent arms. Reach forward with straight, pull back with bent. And this just helps keep our chest up, our spine engaged. So we're reaching here, pull and bend. Let's do 5 more of those wherever you're at. 3. All right, we're gonna flex our foot. And this time we're gonna keep our arms bent as we reach down. I want you to straighten your arms past your feet or aim for past your feet and bring it up all the way with those straight arms. Good. Reset with bent arms. Round forward, reach past and up. All right, 4 more. Keep those legs flexed, those feet flexed. I think maybe 2 more. I don't know. Counting in circus workout party just kind of isn't a thing. Good job, everybody. All right, for the last couple of minutes, see it's 12:11. My eyes aren't that good from far away. We're gonna take our arms and wrap them around ourselves and start to squeeze in. Kind of just give yourself a little hug here. I think we all deserve it. Staza mentioned earlier, and she's so right, there's a lot of frustrating and sad things going on right now. And with social distancing, sometimes we don't get to hug other people as much as we want to and are used to. So give yourself a hug. You can always give yourself a hug. All right, arms up to the sky. Reach back and down behind us. Basket your hands, or I never know the term for this. Either interlace your fingers or hold one hand in the other. Straighten your arms, lift your chest. Open your chest, drop your shoulders down your back. And release out to the side. Do that one more time. Arms all the way up to the sky. Drop down behind you. Interlace your fingers or grab your hands, whatever that term is. Straighten your arms, lift your chest, lift your chin. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. We're not done yet. And release. Oh, I love that feeling of squeezing something so hard, and then once you release it, just like makes you kind of melt away. Oh, I love that. Well, thank you everybody so much. That's gonna wrap up my warm up for today. I really appreciate you showing up and being here, and I'm looking forward to seeing everyone in the future, hopefully in person at some point, you know, when that happens again. But happy Pride. It's a wonderful month to just celebrate being who you are as a part of the queer community. This month is so important to just pay attention to those people around you and give extra attention and love. And with everything going on in the Black Lives Matter movement, I'm so honored that you guys were able to show up today and just be a part of something that collectively we can come together on. June's a big month for us, so we got it. Thank you.
Yep, thank you everybody. It's kind of nice to have this like little reunion almost, and for a good cause. So I definitely appreciate you all being here and participating. And it's always good to see your faces. This is therapeutic for me, to say the least. So thank you everybody.
Thank you guys. I feel the same way as Anastasia and Tylyn. So everything you guys said, I agree with. And it was really great to learn from both of you again and to work out with all of you guys. I've definitely missed it for both the sweating and the community and the laughing. So thank you for this. And thank you, Cressie, for arranging this and for choosing such an awesome foundation to give donations to today. I'm really happy to be a part of it. So thank you.
I'm getting emotional. Thank you guys so much for being here today. I want to thank Anastasia, who is normally hosting her own private class during this time, for collaborating on this today. Thank you so much. I also, all of these coaches here have been really just active in just sharing information in a time when it's really, really important. And Staza in particular has been just like rapid fire, constantly going. And I've learned a lot through her and from her and because of her. So I want to say an extra special thank you. And she really encouraged me and gave me the motivation to do this fundraising platform for today. So thank you guys so much. If you know anybody who might be interested in donating to this foundation, please share the information. And again, anything that I collect through my personal account, I will be donating on behalf of everyone from Circus Workout Party. So thank you so much for that. And if you're on YouTube and you decide to donate through my personal account, please note that it's for this organization so I make sure it gets to the right people. And I will share that with you guys once I have a receipt of donation. So thank you guys so much. I really didn't even know how badly I needed this. I've been having a hard time, and a lot of it has been not having this. So thanks guys for being here today. Really miss you. Stay tuned. We will have more in the future. It's definitely changed. It's definitely slowed down a bit. I'm leaving town for a few weeks as well. So just keep connected, keep taking care of each other, keep taking care of yourselves, and keep working out. There's lots of videos on YouTube, so keep up with it.